Howdy, everybody. My name is Ted Davis, Director of Schreiner Broadcasting. This is Sit Down with Ted, and today we are joined by Mario Vasquez, the new wrestling coach here at Schreiner University. Good afternoon. Welcome.
Good afternoon.
What was it about the opening at Schreiner that intrigued you and led you to want to come here?
NCAA. I mean, for the men's and women's program to both be NCAA, coming from a club program, that was huge. We don't have NCAA in the state of Texas, which is awesome.
So this is the one wrestling program in the state of Texas at the NCAA level.
One and only.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. So how does that help you in recruiting? Because you're the only option for a lot of people if they want to stay in Texas.
Yeah, we're the only NCAA option. I think NCAA is definitely a brand, but also too it helps with recruiting because we're official. It's not NAIA. There's deeper competition as far as Division III goes. Granted, NAIA, there's nothing to discredit, but with our Division III competition, you're faced up against like Warburg, Loris, all the big names that people know, and it's awesome to see.
And it's a relatively new program. This is the second year for the wrestling program, correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So what's your background? I know you were a wrestler, and that was your college experience. So tell us about that.
So I grew up in Amarillo, Texas. So I'm a Texas native at heart, and so I just joined wrestling my 8th grade summer, and then it kept on pushing me. So I think, as far as my aspirations go, I was just wanting to become a better person, more so a better leader, better at communicating, better at everything. And wrestling kept on allowing me to do those things. And I ended up going off and placing at the state tournament in high school 3 times, winning it my senior year 43-0, and then going off to college and becoming a 2-time All-American, 1 academic, 1 athletic scholarship. One athletically as far as All-Americans go.
Yeah.
But also, too, what brought me here was just the fact that I could do that for the Texas kids.
Yeah.
It's amazing because Texas doesn't get a lot of credit for its wrestling. But I knew that we had talent down here, so I wanted to be the reason why these kids get shown some light.
So Mario grew up in Amarillo. I grew up in Lubbock. So
okay. Awesome.
We're both kind of panhandlers or
for sure
flatlanders. I don't know. Amarillo's a little more topical than Lubbock. It's not as flat as Lubbock. Amarillo's got Paladuro Canyon out there.
Yeah, I guess so.
So is wrestler of the year in high school.
Yep.
State champion, undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And okay, so you went to college and you got an academic scholarship.
All right. For Division III.
Yeah, and a wrestling scholarship. So
it was Division III, just like Schreiner is. We're Division III NCAA, so it's all academic based.
Right.
So I just kind of went with it. It was the most money that I could get as far as academic went, and I just took the opportunity. I first landed at University of the Ozarks, and I just felt like I lost myself there. So I wanted to regain myself and be around people that had the same motive and same goals as I did. So I transferred out. And I went to Ferrum College under Nate Yetzer, and I just kind of I bloomed there. I really enjoyed the culture. I enjoyed the winning culture. The guys had the same goals as me, so it was like, this is home. This is home, and I made the most of it. I became an academic All-American with my master's, and then an athletic All-American, placing 8th at a national tournament.
Which are you more proud of, the athletic part or the academic part? Or is it both?
I think the moment in itself, the athletic, that's the one you're more proud of for sure. Academic, you can kind of show that you're not one-dimensional. You can handle your academics just as well as you can handle your athletic. But I think the thing that makes me most proud is seeing the progress of my guys now.
Right.
I could care less about my accolades, needless to say. I could care less for mine. I care for the accolades that my guys are going to have.
So your season's underway. How's it going so far?
So our first competition was Friends University. We had a couple guys missing out of the lineup, but with a young class, we showed up and we had the most placers out of any program in the state of Texas. So as a young team, we're already kind of pushing the front runner as far as which program's the best.
Well, how many young guys do you have? Because you've got to have a lot of like freshmen and sophomores, right?
We do. So we only have one returner or 2 returners that are starters again.
Okay.
7, 8 other weight classes are freshmen.
Yeah.
So, and in total we have about 35. 35 that came in last year.
That's a big class.
For sure.
I've seen you in the weight room. There's a lot of people in there.
Yeah, you got to have depth in order to do a wrestling program.
So what are your goals for this team this year?
A national berth.
Okay.
If it's my 125, if it's my 197, if it's my heavyweight, whatever weight class it is, I want a national berth. And I think that will create a good milestone for where we need to be in a couple of years.
How many weight classes are there?
There's 10.
10, okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. What got you into wrestling? I mean, was it what about the sport? Now, I know when I was in broadcasting, there was a guy in Lubbock doing Texas Tech games. I liked what he did, and that sparked my interest. What sparked your interest in wrestling?
I think my economic background, just coming from a place where it didn't relatively have any money, and you needed an outlet, whatever it was sports or something. So at first it was soccer, and then I kind of lost my route there, and then wrestling kind of just started in middle school, and I was like, hey, I'm gonna try this out. Little did I know, like, the angry kid came out of me, and I just wanted to wrestle, and I kept on getting better. And then I had some good mentors and good coaches that just pushed me along the way and pushed me to become a better person.
What's the key to being a good wrestler?
I think it's being disciplined. Of all things, I would say being disciplined.
More than strength and technique and that kind of thing?
Yeah, because strength can be acquired over time.
Yeah.
But if you can have a disciplined mindset through your eating, your sleeping, your strength conditioning, whatever it is, and then the way you listen to your coaches, man, it makes the world of a difference.
Yeah. How satisfying was it to know you have beaten your opponent? And it's not like a pin that you see in wrestling. What's the key to getting a win in wrestling?
I think it's, granted, discipline. I'm going back to discipline, but it's also grit. I believe in grit just because of the fact that most of the time it's very average. Like, everyone's the same when you get to a college level.
Yeah.
Everyone's that good at doing a shot or so forth. But the biggest thing is heart and grit. It's just a matter of winding down your opponent and telling them, like, hey, this is my match, not yours.
Yeah.
So enforcing your will onto someone else and breaking them before they break you.
Yeah. Have you enjoyed living in Kerrville so far?
Oh, it's beautiful. It's an awesome place to be around and an awesome place for the program to be.
Yeah. Again, we grew up in the Panhandle in Lubbock, so anything that has like a hill, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or a river.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Or trees.
Yeah, for sure. We're used to flat land, right?
Yeah. When do you guys? When's your next match?
December 3rd, we are competing at Dury Open. I believe it's in Springfield, Missouri.
Yeah, that's a road trip, man.
It is, but
Do you bus that one?
Yeah, we have to.
Yeah.
Just because we want to travel as many guys as we possibly can. That way, these guys get experience, especially with being freshmen. They need that mat time in order to develop.
Yeah. Mario, it was good meeting you.
Thank you.
And good luck with your wrestling team. It's been a pleasure talking to you.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah. Mario Vasquez, he's the new wrestling coach here at Schreiner University. We'll be back next week for another edition of Sit Down with Ted. This is the Schreiner Sports Broadcasting Network.